Okay, Raman.
Namaste. Welcome to this webinar with the theme Learn and Earn from Natural Farming Videos. Access Agriculture is proud to organise this event with our official co-hosts, the National Coalition for Natural Farming, and with Manage, the National Institute of Agricultural Extension Management. We have wonderful relationships with partners throughout Asia, Africa, and Latin America, and it's a pleasure to see that many have registered here to attend our formal launch in India. We will hear today from a number of organisations who have committed to natural farming and are increasing opportunities for farmers to learn from other farmers. The focus of this event is on expanding opportunities for farmers, women, and youth, and we will share how this is progressing in India. So in the time we have together, we will explore ways in which you can use our experience and resources to scale natural and organic farming across India and beyond. We will also hear from some of our Indian partners about how they have used Access Agriculture videos. And we will collect perspectives on how we can jointly move forward with organisations and communities that are active in natural and organic farming. This year, we are happily celebrating 10 years of Access Agriculture. We aim to increase our activities across India, and your active involvement in this webinar will certainly help show the way forward. So I wish you all an inspiring event, and I hand across now to our moderator.
Thank you so much, Josephine. Namaste, Johar, Namaskaram, Sat Sri Akal to everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Ria. I'm from the National Coalition for Natural Farming, and today I will be your moderator for the session. Before we start off, there are a few housekeeping rules that I would like to let you all know about. First one, today's session is being recorded, so it will be available for viewing after the workshop as well. We shall share the link with all of you subsequently. Second, there are a lot of participants joining the session, so hence we have muted all the microphones. And third, we encourage everyone to ask questions, share their thoughts, and we would like you all to do so in the chat box or in the Q&A. The team will try their level best to take up those questions during the Q&A session and share it for the interaction. In addition to this, we request everyone to mention their name and their organization, in rename themselves as their name and their organization so that it's easy for us to recognize as well. Last, because after all the main presentations today, we are going to have an open forum where everyone will get an opportunity to ask questions and discuss and also share their points. So we encourage you all to participate in that session as well. We sincerely hope that you all enjoy the event and find this to be a very fruitful experience. Now, to moving forward, to begin the session, I would like to invite Dr. Paul van Melle, Director of International Development for Access Agriculture, to give us a brief introduction.
Thanks a lot, Ria. Without further ado, and as we have a lot to cover, let me start with my presentation about Access Agriculture, its vision, model, and reach. In my talk today, I will touch upon a shift towards natural and organic farming, Access Agriculture's vision, its model, our global outreach and impact, and the activities in India. Now, very interestingly, just 2 months ago, the Center for Science and Environment in India published a very encouraging report that looked at evidence over a 15-year period. And some of the results came out very strongly that organic and natural farming, it outperforms chemical-based farming. And some of the recommendations that the report made was that farmers need more support especially during the transition. Also that we need to leverage ICT technology to support last mile delivery and to support farmer training. And that in these efforts, we also need to integrate community-based practitioners. So what are some of the generic challenges to scale agroecology? As we know, natural farming, organic farming is knowledge intensive, but ecological knowledge is complex and hard to share. It's more difficult than giving a recommendation on a chemical fertilizer, for instance. Another challenge to scale natural farming is that if we use just face-to-face extension, there's only a limited number of people we can reach. And youth and women in particular have limited access to knowledge. So this brings us to our vision of improved rural livelihoods and sustainable food systems in the global south. And how do we go about achieving our vision is by promoting agroecological principles and rural entrepreneurship through capacity development and South-South exchange of quality farmer-to-farmer training videos in local languages. Now, you may wonder, why do we focus on quality videos, not just any video? It's because effective training videos, they actually combine scientific with local knowledge. They also allow the videos to be translated into any local language so that it can support South-South sharing. If they're good quality, it also allows people to learn without outside facilitation, because we know that the number of extension officers is just inadequate. And also important, since our aim is to change and make a transformation of sustainable food systems, it is important to also bring in and reach the consumers. So through media houses and digital service providers, we can actually reach a much larger number of videos, of people. So how has Access Agriculture been able to build a rich, world-leading library of quality farmer training videos? Well, for the past 10 years, we have trained and backstopped local organizations across Africa and South Asia to produce quality videos according to our well-tested model. In the bottom right corner, you also see another activity that we've been really active in, is depending on demand, we also train local extension and communication professionals to translate videos and scripts and to record the voiceovers in the local languages. And this is really important. I think by now we have more than 300 people across the South who we can draw upon. What we then do, once videos have been produced and translated into local languages, we have created an open access video platform to support South-South learning. And here people can freely watch and download quality training videos free of charge. The interface of the video platform is in multiple world languages, including Bengali and Hindi. Now, videos, of course, are available in more languages. And people can search the video platform through the categories, but also searching directly by language. And currently, our platform hosts videos in 94 languages. And a good number of videos has already been translated into Indian languages. Of course, we hope to do more in future. How does this work? If you find any video of interest, you click on it, you will see you can play it, but underneath there's also the possibility to download either the video, an audio file if you work for a radio station, or a fact sheet. Now, while the internet offers great opportunities for sharing knowledge, we know that in most rural areas, access to the internet is limited. So we have partnered with a private company that has developed so-called smart projectors. And the solar-powered smart projector is actually a powerful computer and a projector in one. It contains our entire video library. So anybody can show videos off-grid without internet to remote communities. Now, we know quality content is crucial to trigger learning, to trigger experimentation. We also know that ICT technology can help intensify and scale the learning process. But we are also very much aware about the importance of working with the local organizations and entrepreneurs. So 3 years ago, we launched a challenge fund through which young people can submit a business plan online on how to generate revenues from screening and sharing videos with farmers using the smart projector. By now, we support a network of close to 200 young professionals, which we call entrepreneurs for rural access. We have them active, I think, in at least 12 African countries by now. And we are about to also roll out this model in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana in collaboration with RYSS and Wasan, among others. Now, do communities always have to wait for outside people to come and show videos? Well, we think it's not necessary. And to make this possible, to allow farmers to watch videos at their own time, at their own pace, we have developed a mobile application that will be available very soon from the Google Play Store. And this will allow farmers to find videos more easily in their local language, to watch them anytime, and also to share them with their peers without the use of any data. Now, let us take a look at our reach. We conducted an online survey in 21, to which Dr. Mahesh Chander has contributed. He will present more results later on during the webinar. So I'm just presenting some general figures. From the online survey, we know that more than 5,000 organizations, TV and community radio stations are making use of our video platform and our resources. And through them, we have actually been able to reach over 90 million people. This is quite impressive, considering that we are an organization of just 10 years old and with 25 staff. Looking at the past decade, here you can see the world map. You can see our video platform. We have attracted visitors from across the globe, and India leading. So nearly 1 million people have visited the platform. Looking at the impact, because many people always ask, so what is the impact? And this is also something that was a result from the global survey. Impact has been really diverse: better yield, improved pest management, soil health, but also, I think, importantly, if we think about the need to change mindset, not just of farmers, but extension officers, researchers, anybody working in the food system, a deeper appreciation of local knowledge is important. Involvement of youth, better food and nutrition, empowerment of women. 1/3 even also mentioned that after watching Access Agriculture videos, farmers diversified their farm. Now, the cost effectiveness and sustainability of our model, as well as the scale of our impact, were the main reasons why last October we received the International Innovation Award for Sustainable Food Systems from the Swiss government and the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. Now, this last part of my presentation, I will zoom in on India, since we have most participants from India. And here you can see the variation between states in terms of number of people having visited our online platform. Currently, we have, as I mentioned, we have trained video production partners, local organizations, in various African countries, India and Bangladesh. But for India, for the moment, our trained video partners, they're only in Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. Based on the local expertise and the needs, they actually continue to produce new videos with our backstopping. Obviously, this model we hope in future to expand so that we can also cover content from other states. Now, this slide, I think, is a really interesting one. It shows the most popular videos in India based on views and downloads. The ones that you see here with the star, those are actually videos that were produced in other countries, not in India. So this shows how farmers in India are also very keen to learn from fellow farmers in other parts of the world. Now, in terms of topics, you can see there's topics that relate to plant health, to soil health, which is, of course, a very important element. There's also videos on food processing, on how to market organic produce. But above all, there's many topics that relate to natural livestock farming. And I'm really happy that Dr. Nitya Godke will talk about this, one of our key partners who has been involved in this. And it's really exciting to see that those videos are also extremely popular across Africa. To just share one experience from the ground, I found it really intriguing that farmers who had stopped growing maize because they were not able to control the fall armyworm, an invasive pest, they were not able to control it with pesticides, and they stopped cultivating maize altogether. After they watched the video on how to control fall armyworms in a natural way, they decided to start cultivating maize again. Now, as transformative change of the food system requires a holistic approach whereby as many stakeholders as possible are engaged, we have grown a network of partners, many of whom, I'm happy to say, are present at this workshop. Obviously, we aim to further expand this support base over the coming years. Here, I'm just going to show you on the top, you see some of the international organizations that focus on regenerative agriculture, organic agriculture, natural farming, state-level organizations. We've already partnered with universities, civil society organizations, media, and even private companies working on organic agriculture. So on this last slide, I want to show some ideas of how we would like to move forward in India. Obviously, we want to align our work with the government of India's policy priorities on natural farming. As I mentioned, we want to expand our partnerships across India, find out from you all also what are the priority needs in terms of new video content to be developed. And if resources allow, we would very much like to build capacities in different parts of India to develop additional content. decide on what other Indian languages we need to translate videos in. Obviously, when the Access Agriculture mobile app is launched, we want to make it available in Indian languages. Equip local organizations active in organic and natural farming, equip them with smart projectors, support young women as entrepreneurs for rural access, and last but not least, as we want to reach out to society at large, we also want to strengthen community radio and TV stations. So thank you all very much. I'm sure if you have any comments, any questions, please do type them in the question and answer box, and we will be happy to respond to them during the open forum. Ria, over to you.
Thank you so much, Paul. Yes. So in addition to crops and aspects of soil health and basic agriculture, Access Agriculture videos also promote good animal health practices, right? So to help us explain more about the work that the videos that are there on animal health care and herbal medicines for animal health care, I invite Dr. Nitya Ghodke, who is the founder director of Anthra, which works on sustainable livestock production systems. So Dr. Nitya has actually supported Access Agriculture in producing some of these videos on herbal medicines and animal health care and animal health systems. So I invite Dr. Nitya to share her thoughts.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Ria. Thank you, Access Agriculture. Can you share the screen, please? Good afternoon, everybody, and a big warm thank you to the Access Agriculture team for inviting me to be there this afternoon. I also would like to congratulate Access Agriculture on completing 10 years, as well as congratulations for this new launch. So there was a little sign which said I was to start my video, so I was a bit confused, but I guess you can handle it at the other end. So I'd like to, about myself a little bit, I'm Dr. Nitya Ghodke. Some of you know me from several years ago. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a veterinarian. I'm one of the founder directors of Anthra, an organization working with livestock health care. So can I go to the next slide, please? Yeah. So a little bit about Anthra, for those of you who don't know us, we were founded in 1992, an old organization by a team of women veterinarians to reach out, connect, and address the problems faced by livestock rearing communities. Our focus has been on smallholder farmers, pastoralists, Adivasis, Dalits, women, and others who remain actually hidden from mainstream development. Over the years, we've realized that development has several dimensions, and it's best addressed if we work collectively with the community. We found that some of the best solutions blend modern science with people's traditional knowledge. Some of you are familiar with the work that Anthra has done in the past, trying to validate traditional knowledge systems. We work along with communities, and we've built a strong base of evidence, which we feel in time are enduring, sustainable, equitable, and also respectful of people's knowledge and wisdom. We don't believe only science is the best solution, nor do we think that everything that the traditional knowledge has to offer is effective. We try to work towards a much more holistic system where we use the best from both. And today, Anthra is a resource center that continues to offer support in the areas of livestock, biodiversity, and livelihood. Next slide, please. So some of you may be familiar with our publications, which are actually quite old now. This is Ethno-Veterinary Research in India, an annotated bibliography, was brought out in 2000. Then we brought out Bank on Hooves in 2005. Those of you who've seen it would know that Bank on Hooves has chapters on using validated veterinary remedies for treating animals. We also have Bank on Hooves in Telugu, which is called Kottam Dagariki Vaidyam, which sold over many copies we sold. We kept printing new editions. Additionally, in Marathi, we had them as small booklets, not as one big volume, but smaller booklets. And of course, this Plants Used in Animal Care was a book which took several years of my life. It was brought out in 2008 and contains details on the plants we researched during our research on ethno-veterinary care. So this was the work we actually did till about 2008, and we he trained several communities and paraprofessionals in the process of using using ethno-veterinary remedies as it was known. Next, please. Next slide, please. Yeah. But it wasn't smooth sailing, definitely. There were several problems which we perceived along the way, and I'd like to highlight some of them. First of all, and this problem remains, and this is true for several countries in the developing world, there just aren't enough veterinarians, and their outreach is very poor in rural areas. This is true for Southern Africa, it's true for Africa, it's true for Southern America, South America, large other parts of South Asia and Asia. Secondly, low literacy rates amongst livestock keepers, particularly communities like pastoralists. So they need different methods of communication. We need other ways in which to get them to be able to understand what we're trying to convey through our books or pamphlets or posters, whatever we create. And as I said before, despite training thousands of animal health workers, uptake of ethno-veterinary practice we found was quite poor. Why were farmers not taking up and practicing systems which we actually gathered from them? These were our books contain knowledge which we got from the community. So why were they reluctant to pick it up was one of the questions that we faced, say 2008 to 2010. And we also found an increase in the use of chemicals and antibiotics as medical shops and pharmaceutical companies penetrated the rural areas, especially in the last 20 years. As I told you, we're over 30 years old. We started in 1992. And then in those years, when we went into rural India, you didn't find many shops or pharmaceutical shops or chemical shops in the villages we worked in. But recently and over the years, they have proliferated, and they, in fact, dispense medicines and chemicals far more than the veterinarians and the veterinary system. And this is why farmers and livestock owners have access to antibiotics, which are sold over the table in India, over the counter in India. Next, please. So some of our learnings as we grapple with some of these issues was, I think, have we skipped some slides? Problems, yes. The next one. Next. Okay. So partnering with Access Agriculture, 2015 to 2022, the journey so far. We met the team at about the same time we were thinking of maybe making videos on livestock care, which is about 2015. And two of our staff members attended a workshop organized by Access Agriculture in Maharashtra. I think WOTR had hosted it, and we met Paul and Ahmed, and they came to our office. It was very nice. We also met Atul Pagar, who'd been trained by Access Agriculture. Paul, in his previous presentation, spoke about why more videos are in Maharashtra. Atul has been the person who's trained by Access Agriculture, has been making several movies, and he's also here today. And he started identifying scripts and writing, making the videos. We selected topics together, and then we prioritized them, and then we helped write scripts for the videos that we wanted to make. And these were done with the community. We looked at the problems we most frequently, noticed in the community, or people contacted us for, and then we tried working on that. Several videos were made in the following topics. We had such livestock, bloat, fever, diarrhea, worms, and mastitis. This is for livestock, of course. And in the videos that Paul has shown, you'll find that fever and diarrhea have been noted as some of the most downloaded. They're the ones that have been downloaded a lot. We also, in the pipeline, we have some on poultry care, making of ghee, value addition of milk to make ghee, sheep care, and foot rot. We've also helped review several scripts for technical content, such as the one on calcium deficiencies, some on deworming of sheep for other continents, and it's been a very exciting journey that we've had with Access Agriculture. Next, please. Yeah, so the responses have been, livestock keepers play an active role in the video making process. So it is a participatory way to merge scientific with local knowledge. The videos themselves have become an integral part of our training programs. Training programs are often, we still continue to train a number of communities, and I conduct training programs every now and then, and so does my team. So we use the videos, for example, to kickstart a training program. We use them to say, make an introduction, and usually it's a winner. people are happy to see videos and they respond well to them, especially in rural areas where they may not have access to, I mean, some of the communities I work with, especially migratory pastoralists, do not have television sets in their house. They barely have radios. Of course, now they have mobile apps. So I'm looking forward to the mobile app of Access Agriculture. But many of them do not have, something which is quite commonplace, such as television. So they enjoy seeing the videos. They've been very well received amongst livestock owners. We reach out to over 40,000 livestock owners, including mobile pastoralists, through our partner networks in Maharashtra and other states. And our farmers are able to replay the videos and make medicines as per their needs. So each video has details on how medicines are made with using locally available ingredients and using very simple methods. So we are able to use these and then replay the videos quite easily. And that's been a great help for us. And we're also now in the process sharing the video with the Department of Animal Husbandry, the government of Maharashtra. We want to help them kickstart a program on natural livestock farming. Because at least fortunately, I think now the problems related to chemical agriculture have become quite evident. People are, the governments and policymakers are keen to work towards natural livestock farming systems. So I think the governments are responsive now much more than they were, say, 10 or 15 years back. And I think this is the last slide. So what we will now be sharing with you is one of the movies that we've helped script and make. And sit back, please enjoy the movie that you see, and we would love your feedback on this. Thank you.
Many people spend lots of money on medicine to treat their animals. Antibiotics may cure some diseases, but antibiotics will not be effective if you use them too often. Antibiotics also end up in the meat and milk, which can be harmful for human health. There are different causes of diarrhea. In this video, we will see how to prevent animals from getting diarrhea caused by drinking contaminated water or by eating too much green fodder. We will also learn how to treat sick animals with herbal medicine. You know your animal has diarrhea when it defecates more often than normal and the feces are watery. The animal has a dry skin and stops chewing its cud. An animal with diarrhea has dull and sunken eyes and moves less or moves more slowly. So, let's listen to a livestock owner from Maharashtra in India about what causes diarrhea in animals.
Diarrhea is more common in the rainy season when there is more green grass. As our animals graze unattended, they eat lots of green fodder and drink dirty water, so they get diarrhea.
Herbal medicines are low cost, effective, safe, and easy to use. You can prevent diarrhea by keeping your animal clean and by separating sick animals from healthy ones.
I keep my animals and the shelter they stay in clean all the time. I remove any spilled food and dung often because the germs that cause diarrhea can live in the filth.
Feed your animals nutritious food and include some dry feed in the rainy season. Wash leaves and other plant parts before making medicine from them. You can make medicine from fresh or dried neem and nirgudi leaves. Mix the paste or powdered leaves with water or buttermilk to treat your animal for diarrhea. You can also use guava leaves.
We grind the fresh leaves of shisham and give it the juice. We also soak tamarind fruit pulp in water for half an hour and give that water to the sick animal.
take your animal to a veterinarian if they do not get better in a few days. Your wealth depends on your livestock's health. So keep your animals healthy by using homemade herbal medicines.
Thank you, Dr. Nithya. And thank you for playing that video as well. It gives a good perspective to the value of having these videos present there as well. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, Dr. Nithya.
No, I just said thank you. Please go ahead.
So anybody has any questions or thoughts, comments, please feel free to add your questions in the Q&A and your thoughts and comments in the comment box, in the chat box. Yes. Now moving on. Now the question is, so a natural question that I will end up asking is, how can these videos support farmers in their transition towards natural or organic farming? And have we gained any insights or learnings over these years while we've seen in this transition? So to address this question, I would like to invite Dr. Mahesh Chander, who's the head of Division of Extension Education at the Indian Veterinary Research Institute of ICAR. He has carefully worked on this subject. So I would invite Dr. Mahesh Chanderji to give us his thoughts.
Thank you. Thank you, Riya. I shall share my screen. First of all, I thank Access Agriculture for giving me this opportunity. And it has been my pleasure to be associated with Access Agriculture for almost now 10 years. And I have been associated with the online survey done by Access Agriculture in 2015, 18, and also the last survey in 2021. So based on my experience of working with online survey and the feedback coming from those who are participating in the survey, I am sharing my thoughts why Access Agriculture is needed in India. Because agriculture has been working mostly in African continent, and there are a lot many participants of the surveys. Most of them, they were from the African continent. A few of them were from the Asia, from Bangladesh, Nepal, India. So why I feel that...
Mahesh, can you put it in full screen, please?
Yeah, sorry. Is it okay now?
Full screen.
Yes. Is it okay? I have put it in full screen. Is it okay now?
It's still small.
It doesn't show as full screen.
No, but I did it. It is showing full screen in my eyes.
Yeah, no problem. Keep going.
No problem.
Okay. So you see, extension services should be efficient and effective. But the problem is that the ratio of extension workers to farmers in India is low, because one extension agent is serving 1,162 farmers. It's too huge to serve for an extension worker. Over 59% of the farm households in India receive no assistance from either government or private agriculture extension service as per NSSO survey done in 2013. Which is more than 50% of them, they are not getting extension advice. Of the 41% of households who receive extension assistance, only 18 was served by government extension agents like Krishi Vigyan Kendra and agricultural universities. Most farmers depended on other farmers, 20%, almost radio, TV, newspapers, again, that 20% private commercial agents, they are input dealers. They do have their own interests. And the public extension system reaches only 5% of the smallholder farmers, compared to 12% of the large farmers. So this gives an idea about what kind of extension system we are having. So we are having a very huge infrastructure in terms of agriculture universities, Krishi Vigyan Kendra, over 731 we have almost, but still the huge population is not able to effectively catered by these extension agents. So that's why we need, yes, please.
The slides are not moving.
This is the only first slide I was running.
Okay.
Is it now shifted? Second slide is this. Hari, is it visible?
No.
No. Do you want to go back from the full screen? You can go back to the normal one. Show us from there.
So I will taking some action. Sifting, okay, online sifting.
Yes, now it is. You can share again. Yes.
Is it okay now?
Yes. It works. Thank you.
So the farmers need timely information, you know. So right information at right time through appropriate channel is crucial to take informed decision on farming practices, including marketing of produce. So this all extension people know this thing, right information at the right time. Using appropriate channel is very important for taking right farming decisions. The national objective of doubling the farmers' income cannot be achieved without successful delivery of agriculture extension due to limited staff and its absent. As I have told, and that is also that limited staff is not going to be helped because there is huge fund crunch because of the budgetary deficit and that not enough money is available for extension activities. And at least extension agent cannot be recruited as much required. So we have to complement that work using certain channels like videos, TV programs, especially and videos what the Access Agriculture has been producing. Farmers can help themselves to a great extent if they can learn from good videos on farming practices. Not many agencies within India are currently engaged in producing good quality for videos on farming practices. Also, no one is providing such videos freely downloadable. Even if some agencies are producing, but this download is not available. Say, for example, then in that sense, Access Agriculture is the only platform which provides videos which are good quality videos and which are downloadable also. And that it is available globally. So somebody may say that there are YouTube offers free viewing, but its videos cannot be downloaded. That is the limitation with YouTube videos. Huge number of videos are there. So, but this Access Agriculture videos, what we have seen, very targeted. They address the problems at the grassroots, what farmers are exactly facing in the different regions. You know, there are location-specific problems are there. Say, for example, in India, we are very diverse. Many states are there. We have agroecology different. We are growing different crops or problems. Some are dryland, some are the rain-fed, some irrigated. All are having agriculture problems to be addressed. So, but the good thing about Access Agriculture videos is that they are location-specific. So, this is what I have seen my experience. So, somebody would ask that why agriculture access videos are so good. So, let me tell you, Access Agriculture's central theme is agroecology, especially on family farms. If you look at, observe these videos, they have been shot in the farming conditions. And many a time the farmers, they have been interviewed, interaction is being held in the local language as far as possible. So they are very much based on the grassroots realities, addressing grassroots level problems. As Access Agriculture videos are short, practical, filmed to be a high quality with the relevant information and free of advertisements. Many a time videos are available, but there are huge advertisements to short video and coupled with the advertisement that distracts the attention of people. This is what is not the problem with Access Agriculture. While demonstrating how of something, making them very effective, you know. So it is actually, it says these videos, as you have seen just now in Nitya, video shown by Dr. Nitya, it is a practical problem faced by the farmers, herders in the field conditions. And the farmers, the interaction is being shown and how the remedy and how it is to be prepared. That is a kind of an action-oriented video. This is what is the beauty of Access Agriculture videos. Various Access Agriculture videos show how women group can get organized to provide natural input to the farming community. So nowadays we are talking of farmer produce organization, self-help groups, so many things. So that is also the theme being addressed by Access Agriculture. Access Agriculture videos address country-specific needs in terms of language and technical contents. I will give you one very good example. So when the zero budget natural farming was being promoted by Andhra government, so Access Agriculture came, produced videos in local language in Telugu. A good number of videos were made on zero budget natural farming. So it was very relevant. Farmers will be happy to see in their own language and something this government is talking about, and for the transition from the conventional agriculture to natural farming or organic farming or whatever they call zero budget natural farming. So Access Agriculture was very much helpful in doing so. Say for example, conservation agriculture. Some universities and some government organizations in West Bengal state, they were trying to promote conservation agriculture. So Access Agriculture came handy again to produce videos on conservation agriculture. So let me give you some insights from the Access Agriculture online survey. So in 2021, 2,976 people from 106 countries took an online survey for Access Agriculture. Of these respondents, 16% were extensionists, 13% were farmers, and 13% were educators. A medium-sized organization like Access Agriculture, which is much lower than a national extension agency, could reach to over 30 million farmers in at least 106 countries. You see the impact, how far it could reach these videos. So that we learned through the online survey we did, and the response was also good. 2,976 people responded. Most viewers watched on TV or listened on the radio through the soundtrack. 30 million viewers include 1 million who were reached in a small group facilitated by extensionists, because organized groups, extension people, extension professionals, they showed these videos to farmers. Many civil society organizations, NGOs, were involved in the screening of these videos. Some neighboring farmers also, they collected their neighbors and they showed them videos. And the TV sets in certain countries, TV sets could see these videos in the evening and a convenient time to the farmers. The screening of these videos were organized by the extension staff in many countries. People use the videos to learn ideas, to share with others. Almost 62% of the respondents, they said that they share with other people. To screen in rural communities, 59% said this. To share with organizations, 40% shared with other organizations. To share on social media, 34%. And to distribute on memory cards for mobile phones, 16% of the respondents revealed that one. So the videos were accessed by a relatively young audience. This is one good thing, that we depend on young people now because they are the future farmers. So, but these Access Agriculture videos were mostly watched by the young audience, implying the digital media may be a good way to engage the next generation of farmers who are often entering niche market that include organic or agroecological produce. We know that organic is now trying to come into mainstream. Niche market has been now, but now we are trying to, by reducing the cost, price premiums, and it is going to be a mainstream now, no longer niche. It is coming out from the niche. In that process, to speed up for that transition, videos can be very helpful. Many educators who respond to this survey are showing agriculture videos in classrooms also, a further avenue for reaching young farmers and future extensionists. Say, for example, many KVKs in India or directorates of extension education, they organize classroom situation wherein these videos can be screened. Mobile phones are a key vehicle for sharing videos, as evidenced by growing number of people who are downloading the 3GP phone-friendly versions of Access Agriculture's videos, because Access Agriculture is continuously doing research on this aspect. How to make these videos more farmer-friendly, more user-friendly. Say, for example, just Paul was saying that they are in the process of developing an app, which will make further these videos more effective and easy to access this one. The online videos are so highly appreciated that people who find them on the internet sort them by screening them or sending links to others. Some 5,000 organizations receive links from the survey respondents with no direct contact from Access Agriculture. Many are not in direct touch with Access Agriculture, but those who are in touch with access agriculture, they are sharing examples. So for example, I may share myself in my social media channels. If I feel that some people may find it useful, I can share it. Likewise, anyone who is in touch with, and he can share it further. 99% of the respondent thought videos had made a positive impact on farmers' lives, especially by improving yields. This is what is the response from the respondent. This is what I'm not saying, but the survey result said this, that especially by improving yields. They say that once they watch the access agriculture videos, it helped improve yields by better pest management, by improving soil management, better quality produce, improving income, better food and nutrition, and fostering a deeper appreciation of local language. Because I have seen that access agriculture videos, they draw from the community. They take ideas from the community and they translate this into videos so that people feel connected to it, because it is solving some of their problems, so they feel connected to this one. So what I feel the next step is, so what it can be done with, as extension services struggle to reach the world's farmers with appropriate information on agroecology, ICTs are rapidly becoming more available across the global south. So now, since extension agents are not there for the face-to-face extension, so it has to be using some media. So videos are obviously ideal choice, especially high quality videos as being made by access agriculture. Most farmers now have a cell phone and can access information via videos. Currently, access agriculture organizations specializing in improving agroecology videos online for free downloading. If you see over the years, now in the recent times, access agriculture has also changed its priorities to agroecological based, organic farming, natural farming based. As the government want that we should have more advisories on natural farming, on organic farming. Government of India is trying to promote organic and natural farming in a big way. So there the access agriculture is also taking up this priority to molding it, changing it, switch over to those videos which are needed by the farmers, and especially producing environmentally sound, healthy food profitably. How it can be done demands that millions of farmers speaking in their language they are reached. Online videos can merge quality and quantity, reaching many farmers who they can test on their farm these ideas. So when they watch a video, they want to test it on their field and they can test it. Once they test it, find it, and they will share with other farmers that what they have seen in access agriculture's videos, they found it correct, it works, then it will multiply the effect of the videos. The Indian government is supporting the transition to natural and organic farming in a big way, aiming global market for ecological organic products, as access agriculture videos can effectively help in this. So it can complement the efforts with all government organizations like us, manage ICR and all other universities they are doing. Access agriculture, once it arrives in India and they start working more closely with the Indian communities and extension workers, they will be able to produce more focused and more effective videos. This is what I believe. Farmers and extension agents are experienced and trained, but oriented in conventional agriculture. You see the extension conventional agriculture we are trained into, but as far as natural farming, organic farming is that, so that skill is required. So if videos are there, it will not only be helpful to the farmers, it will also help the extension agents, because it can be helped to train extension agents. So what I believe is standard collaboration with extension professionals and researchers can help to enrich the access agriculture video platform and contribute to a great digital extension experience to transform Indian agriculture. So there can be a very good synergy between extension agents in India and the access agriculture videos if we work very closely. So access agriculture adapting to the local audiences. These videos, if you look at it, they connect very well with the Indian audiences. Professor Swaminathan, rightly he said that he appreciated the work of access agriculture after watching all these videos. So he has given a very good, appreciable thought on this access agriculture. That itself says, if people like Swaminathan, they appreciate the work of access agriculture, that justifies that that speaks about the significance of access agriculture for the Indian agriculture transformation. So finally, I want to say that access agriculture can accelerate transformation in Indian agriculture digitally. So digital transformation, this is what we all are looking for. So we are hoping a great deal from Access Agriculture to transform Indian agriculture, and especially to switch over to natural to organic farming on agroecological dimensions, along with many conventional agriculture practices. So thank you very much. So I'm very happy to speak about something what I gained over the years by watching this Access Agriculture and working with Access Agriculture through online service. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mahesh Chanderji. Thank you for sharing your insights and learnings. And you've rightly pointed out the necessity of these videos and these tools for extension systems. And with that, I would like to invite Dr. Chandrasekhara. He is the Director General of MANAGE, which is the National Institute of Agriculture Extension Management. And Dr. Chandrasekhara is a leading thinker in agriculture extension management. So I would like to invite him to also speak a little bit about how this becomes a relevant tool for the extension workers, officers, and at that level. Yes.
To everyone, thank you, Ria, NCNF, and Dr. Paul, Access Agriculture for this opportunity. 10 years, 500 or 5,000 organizations, and 90 million farmers. It's not a small achievement. My compliments to Access Agriculture for this dedicated service to farming community. Before I get into my presentation, a word about MANAGE. It is a National Institute of Agriculture Extension Management. We are mandated to organize training, research, consultancy, policy advocacy, international programs, education, implementation of Government of India programs for strengthening agricultural extension systems in the country. Normally, we conduct around 500 programs reaching more than 50,000 people, including our developmental programs implementation is concerned. Another one or two things I would like to share with you, which are very much relevant to the topic which we are discussing before shifting to the PowerPoint presentation. Number one, after recent announcement made by Honorable Prime Minister about natural farming, MANAGE is designated as nodal agency and knowledge repository for promotion of natural farming. We have started working with our partners and work is in progress. In the process, I have realized that films play a very important role. When we want to reach a very big nation, 28 states, 6 union territories, and people speaking different languages, agroclimatic conditions and crops, probably, and on the other side, the emergence of ICT technologies, and they are available in the hands of farmers. It's a very conducive atmosphere where we can use films very effectively in agricultural extension. So natural farming is not an exception, and we are going to use very extensively. Yesterday, we kick-started master trainers training program, around 225 participants from different parts of the country. They are participating in online training program. And these master trainers, once they complete the program, they will be teaching about natural farming at district level to different stakeholders, including Panchayat Pradhans and all. The third thing, very recently we had organized Agriculture Film Festival for the first time in the country. So we organized Agriculture Film Festival on 11th March. We wrote to all the states, 3 months in advance. If you have any agriculture film, kindly share with us. And we will be very happy to post those films on MANAGE website and also use these films in agricultural extension activities. So in 3 months period, we received more than 273 films covering 11 languages and 20 states. And on March 11th, we had organized Agriculture Film Festival award distribution ceremony. So once the program was over, we received, I'm sure that next year, whether it is organizations like Antara or Access Agriculture or NCNF will be our partners in organizing such films festival. Once we completed the film festival, instantly we received requests from two corners. Number one, DD Kisan. It's a 24 hours agriculture channel which reaches all the farmers in the country. They told you just share films with us. We would like to telecast through our good films. We would like to telecast through DD Kisan. Second one, from the government quarter, how can we use these agriculture films to train budding bureaucrats, Indian Administrative Service and other people. So we are working on that. These are all the two instant outcomes of organizing agriculture film festival. So this is one area where extension badly needs support, because Dr. Mahesh Chandra told extension worker to farmer ratio is very narrow. It's very difficult to reach all the farmers. So moving on, I would like to share a small presentation. Hope it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I will be focusing my discussion on natural farming. See, on December 16th, Honorable Prime Minister made a statement. He told, take field level practices which are available with the people into confidence while promoting natural farming. He said, learn from the past, relearn the ancient knowledge of agriculture. And third thing is, convert the natural farming into a mass movement. Mass movement means we have to reach 1.4 billion population. I think films are badly needed in this extension work, where we have very few extension organizations and extension workers, but large number of farmers are there. And he also emphasized that one village of every panchayat which natural farming, it is a Herculean task. Awareness has to be created. That is the first step. Films definitely play a very important role. So being an extension organization, we have identified some of the activities, potential activities in promotion of natural farming. You can see, all these activities everywhere. A small bunch of people are trying to reach out the entire nation. And every activity, I'm sure that agriculture films are going to play a very important role. Access Agriculture should make a note of this. And NCNF, certainly, they're all our partner too. I'm sure that we can take Access Agriculture into the fold, and which are the relevant films, we can start using them. Awareness creation and capacity building of master trainers and other stakeholders. We started with one program. Maybe over a period of time, another one or two programs will be there. Slightly we are late for this program, but I'm sure that Ria will make note of this, and next master trainers training program, we can start using relevant films. That segregation with the permission of Agriculture Access we can make. Providing technical handholding to master trainers through dedicated experts. See, I like the idea of smart computer, where even without internet connectivity, experts or extension workers can make use of smart computer, and then they can start educating the people. This is the technology what we want to happen at grassroots level. So when we go to very remote places in northeast or hilly areas or islands, these are all the practical problems we face. That is where smart computer like gadgets can help us a lot. Creation of online platform on natural farming, we are working on that. Outreach through social and other conventional media, we have started. Establishing network of experts on natural farming, it's a very challenging task. I wrote to all the agriculture universities, ICR organizations, kindly share any technologies which you have generated on natural farming. The response is yet to come, but the civil society and NGOs, they are very quick to respond. We started getting community validated success stories. I think they are the first act to make our awareness program to start. Developing community resource persons, already they are there in the state of Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh, Maharashtra, and many other states. But we have to institutionalize this. That process we have started. Developing one model village on natural farming in each block, and documenting the entire process part and disseminating to other villages. See, in a block, maybe around 100 villages will be there. If you start in one village, what about other 99 villages? Maybe film is the very effective media. developing a repository of community validated good practices and success stories on natural farming. Certainly, their language voice backup can be given. We can share with other states. See, success story of Maharashtra. If you want to share with Gujarat, film can play very important role. We can change the language, but you can use the success stories. So we are started working at it is in the very nascent stage, because we started very seriously working from beginning of this month. This is the first week of action. So we are working at national level, working with ICAR and state level committees and Ataris, state agriculture universities. We are working very closely. District level, Krishi Vignan Kendras and Atmas, and grassroots levels. In Atma itself, we have ATMs and BTMs, block technology managers and assistant technology managers. So, large number of one side resource persons, other side extension workers are available at different levels. Cross communication is very important, but there should not be any communication distortion. We have to have a common, communication channel. Probably film is one I identify is a very potential channel. I think we can use extensively. So I'm asked to talk on, the broader, extension platforms available for promotion of agriculture films. See, Manage is promoting agripreneurs. We have trained 79,000 plus agripreneurs across the country. 34,000 have established agriventures. Probably they are the best people to use these films. Desi trained input dealers, around 71,000 input dealers have been trained by Manage. And we are talking about the Desi 2.0, that is how a Desi trained input dealer can reach the farmers. Probably these smart computers like gadgets and films which are already available, they can help a lot. We have a program for in-situ capacity building of extension functionaries. 22,000 officers have been trained in the Manage program. They can make use of this. And we have a postgraduate diploma in warehouse management. Anything related to warehouse, cold storage, and the storage based kind of films probably useful to this particular group. And another program, we have trained around 7,500 people. They specialize in integrated nutrient management. And after completion of this course, they get fertilizer and pesticide, licenses. So this film, because they're spread across the country. See, this is a very difficult to maintain common curricula. So probably if we have the films that can be shared, translated into local language, and we can use these materials. And certified farm advisor or certified livestock advisor, 813 people. They are with us for more than a year, and they are the super specialist in a particular area. And in turn, today morning we had interaction with one of the certified livestock advisor from Telangana. He himself proactively conducted 45 weekly webinars, which is attended by an average 100 to 200 participants every week. So everyone is a mobile extension institution. Probably these people can be very effectively used in dissemination of our knowledge. Then we have created a platform called Seva, service extension through voluntary association. Retired professionals can join, manage, and start serving the farmers. And National Network of Agriculture Journalists, NAS, is another platform. Around 220 members are there. Probably they like our association with Access Agriculture most because they want to see more number of films. They are agriculture journalists. We are also training rural youth in income generating activities. Around 35,000 rural youths have been trained. Probably this is one program where we can maximum make use of Access Agriculture films. And because at grassroots level, getting a very effective trainer or an experienced practitioner to teach income generating activity, we are finding difficulty. Probably films can play a very important role. And Manage developed more than 100 national facilitators. They work with a different organization, but they associate with extension organizations and programs throughout the country and throughout the year. that entire activity is facilitated by Manage. And we have established Manage FPO Academy, and we are working with, no, 10,000 is not the figure. We are supposed to promote 10,000 farmers producers organization, but we have created a academy where we can assist government in capacity building work. So these are all few things I just wanted to share with you. There is a great opportunity for using films in agricultural extension. We have created platforms. Only thing, we have to channelize agriculture films through these platforms, and Manage is the place we can connect these two dots. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chandrasekharji, for sharing that extensive plan and details of it. Now, I think the question naturally comes down to is that how can these videos or the various offerings that the Access Agriculture is offering, ICT tools, how can they help in scaling natural farming across India? And on this regard, I would actually invite Mr. Vijay Kumar Thalam, TVK sir, who is a retired IAS officer and is the executive vice chair of RYSS in Andhra Pradesh. RYSS in Andhra Pradesh has been able to implement agroecology at a large scale. In fact, one of the largest efforts that has been carried out in the world. I'm afraid TVK sir has not been able to join because of an international delegation in Andhra Pradesh. But he has graciously sent us a small note, an essay of sorts of what he wants to share. And I would invite Savitri ji from Access Agriculture to read out the speech that TVK sir wanted us to hear.
Thank you, Ria. So this is the message from Mr. Vijay Kumar Thalam, who is the Executive Vice Chair of RYSS. We are very honored to get his speech. I convey my sincere thanks to Access Agriculture for inviting me as the chief guest of today's workshop on Learn and Earn from Natural Farming videos. I'm truly sorry that I can't attend the event because of current state government obligations, but I would like to share these few words with all the participants. Most of you know that Andhra Pradesh is an example of practicing natural farming, not only in India, but all over the world, for organizations and countries who care about natural and organic farming. With recent government initiatives, especially with the Honorable Prime Minister's recent address to the agriculture scientists, natural farming has turned into a movement across the country. The Indian government has already allocated a good amount of funds to take it forward in 8 states. The Andhra Pradesh statewide agroecology program, called AP Community Managed Natural Farming, is an innovative and transformative solution for agriculture. It represents the universal principles of agroecology and local and traditional practices. Its vision is to enroll all 6 million farmers and farm workers and cover all the crops by 2027 and complete the transformation by 2030. It is important to realize that the transformation to agroecology from conventional synthetic chemicals-based agriculture will require dissemination of relevant knowledge, handholding of farmers, and ensure that women's collectives are supported so that they can take a lead in this transformation process. Already we see the impressive scaling up in AP, which is due to impact on the ground made by innovative farmers, the social capital of rural women collectives, knowledge dissemination through champion farmers, and the long-term support by government and civil society organizations. We are very impressed with the work of Access Agriculture, which has a wide collection of communication material on agroecology principles and practices. We are looking forward to strong collaboration between RYSS and Access Agriculture. We see Access Agriculture as an important partner in our long-term vision to help scale natural farming across districts and states in India and other parts of Asia and Africa. and also to build capacities in India to produce videos for documenting good practices in natural farming. You have already heard Paul talk about access agriculture in great detail, and we're able to listen to a diverse range of partners who have experience working with access agriculture and their resources. I hope today's workshop will be successful and we'll all be able to work together with access agriculture in India and beyond. Thank you all for your patient hearing. Wishing all the best to this important workshop and its outcomes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Savitri, and thank you, TVK sir, for graciously sending us the essay as well and with the message. Thank you so much. Now, if you remember when Paul was giving a brief about the different aspects that are there, that are in offering and the different activities that they conduct. So Paul mentioned about one particular activity wherein at the grassroots levels, they use solar-powered smart projectors, and which helps people, it's like a library which helps people watch the videos at the grassroots levels, right? And part of this was a model which was rolled out, which is called the Entrepreneurs for Rural Access. And that is where more of the youths were involved. So to know a little bit more about this particular activity, which is Entrepreneurs for Rural Access, we will now play a short video about Kumar Neeraj, who is a farmer from Bihar. He's a young farmer. So Raman, please do share the video.
The remote eastern part of Bihar state in India, made up of plains near the mighty river Ganges. Here, farmers are coping with a changing climate and many other challenges. One person who recognized the issues was Neeraj Kumar. Neeraj had gone to university and qualified with a law degree, but then decided that he wanted to help the farmers in his community. In 2017, he set up a small local NGO called KETI to use agroforestry as an integrated approach to combat climate change and boost incomes.
Small farmers, they don't have land, so we can't practice or buy a land just for experimentation. So we go and talk with the big farmers so that they can provide a small piece of land for experimentation, and that experimentation is done by smallholder farmers. For them, it's a livelihood project.
When Access Agriculture received money from the Digital for Development Prize awarded by the Belgian government, they opened a competition for young entrepreneurs. Neeraj was one of the winners. He outlined how he would use the prize of a Digisoft smart projector as part of his outreach work, as well as earn money by hiring the equipment to other organizations. Neeraj saw the immense value of having access to quality training videos in the Hindi language.
The name itself is a smart projector, so it's obviously it is a kind of video dictionary for farmers, where we search for a word and its meaning. Farmer can get the crop and its procedure and meaning. They can understand how to take best harvest and how we can not only quality and quantity as well.
To provide a way to reach out to farming families and landless laborers, Neeraj decided to train a team of young people from the local community. His outreach team, both male and female, learned how to travel from village to village with the equipment. These villages are without electricity or internet connection, but thanks to the solar-powered smart projector, farmers can see practical videos in their own language.
After watching the video, we learned to grow paddy with less water in a stepwise manner. We will plow the field, do tilling and help control grass and weeds. Then we will plant paddy by maintaining a distance between seedlings. Due to this, weeding becomes easier and it can give good results. If we do this method, we will get a good yield. This is the benefit.
By following techniques demonstrated by other farmers from around the world, the profitability of their farms can increase. But how can showing videos be turned into a business?
हमारे गांव के आसपास जितने भी गांव हैं वहां के किसानों
The thing we do is, we gather farmers here from nearby villages once a week or month and charge a small amount that they can afford for watching the videos. We can also show educational videos to children or elderly people of the village. This way, we can develop a viable business model.
उसके लिए हम लोग एक छोटा सा बिजनेस मॉडल के रूप में उसको तैयार कर सकते हैं.
Using the knowledge of other smallholder farmers from around the world, there's now a way of teaching new techniques to neglected communities in Bihar state. By regularly watching videos and then discussing what they have seen, these farmers in Bihar are able to slowly improve their livelihoods and care for the environment.
जैसे हमारे कम्युनिटी में जाके हमारे वॉलंटियर्स स्मार्ट प्रोजेक्टर को ले जा करके
In the community, our volunteers are showing videos on smart projectors. In different villages, people use different agriculture practices. So people get to see the videos of their choice.
तो लोग को अपने चॉइस के हिसाब से वीडियो देखने को मिलता है.
Niraj and his team of volunteers are creating a business opportunity in this remote area. And at the same time, they're helping farmers to build their incomes.
दूसरे किसानों से इसलिए सीखना जरूरी है.
It is important to learn from other farmers to overcome our mistakes. We are learning from other farmers so that we won't repeat those mistakes.
उस जे नहीं कहियो देखा है.
Those who have not seen this, they do not realize that they should adopt such practices. Now, as we watch, we realize that someone is doing it, and we should also adopt it.
तो फलाना आदमी कर रहा है तो हम भी करें.
Niraj is just one of a growing number of entrepreneurs for rural access, a worldwide initiative of access agriculture that's changing the way information can be delivered to remote communities.
I will say it's a video dictionary for farmers, which can be best because farmer listen to farmer, not to scientist.
Smart projector, smart service providers, smart farmers.
Thank you, Raman, for playing that video. I think it clearly brings out how Entrepreneurs for Rural Access is actually taking these videos to the remotest of people and giving access to all of them, like how the farmer Didi actually mentioned, right? They got to see it. But one natural question that comes in is that the ones who are facilitating the process, right, the entrepreneurs, they do need good coaching and mentoring to facilitate those local level of discussions, right? So some entrepreneurs, so as part of a program which is just recently started, some entrepreneurs are being chosen in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, and they will be guided by Monica Lingireddy and Paki Nandini. So I invite Monica and Paki to switch on their videos because I have a couple of questions for them to tell us a little bit more about the coaching and the mentoring process. So I invite Monica and Paki to switch on the videos. Yes. Yes. Hi, Monica. So, and hi, Paki. So the first question I have is for Monica. Monica, why do you think the entrepreneurs will be needed? Why do we need them?
Yeah, thank you, Ria, for inviting me. So entrepreneurs are very useful in disseminating these videos, in taking these videos to very rural communities or remote areas where there is no access to electricity and knowledge and all, and also internet. So entrepreneurs are needed very much for taking these videos to very remote villages. And they can motivate farmers, they can follow up farmers until they adopt natural farming. So they can assist farmers through Access Agriculture app in downloading the videos, quality videos, necessary videos, and all. Yeah.
Thank you, Monica. So, Paki Nandini,
Yeah.
this for you. So when you have visited different communities, what is the kind of reactions or response that you have?
Yeah, actually, as a part of our promotion, we visited different places in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Mainly in Andhra Pradesh, we went to tribal areas where there is no access to any internet or any electricity. So when they saw our videos, like in like Sitama Peta and Srikakulam, there is their main crop is pineapple and cashews. They grow in the seasons. So when they saw the video on the solar drying of the pineapples or how to make cashew juice from the cashew apples, they felt very happy because in the season so much of waste is done due to lack of proper market. So if they can use this process of solar drying or to make a juice from the cashew fruits, it will add some value to their produce. Or we went to Anantapur and Chittor where we interacted with the tomato growing farmers, where in seasons the tomato price is going very low or they don't have any infrastructure or storage facility to store. So we saw the video related to how to build a natural way to build a cool chamber to store tomatoes. And the farmers were very happy because it can store tomatoes up to 1 to 2 months. So they can get the premium prices when they sell in the market.
Thank you. Interesting. So I have one question for either of you, whoever wishes to answer. Just one more question. We saw the smart projectors being used, and I think that is very key in when we do the program, right?
Yes.
Why do you think smart projectors are useful? Why do you think they're useful?
Because through smart projectors, we can go to remote areas where there is no access to electricity and internet. So we actually faced a problem when we, as part of our promotion, we went to tribal areas. There we have only laptop. We didn't have projector. There the people have projector, but there is no electricity. But we have people, around 200 people gathered there. But we unable to show the video. We are unable to show the video. That time we felt our projector is very useful in these areas. So it is very useful in the tribal areas where there is no access to electricity and internet. So this very useful.
Yeah, and it's a great extension tool where we can reach almost 150 to 200 audience at a time.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Monica and Paki Nandini, for sharing us your learnings. Now, I would actually, first of all, I would encourage all of you to please share in your questions and thoughts in the Q&A or in the chat box. Please do share. We will be opening the forum for discussion soon. But just before we do that, I would like to invite a set of different organizations who have been using Access Agriculture videos since some time, right? Want to understand what their views have been of using these videos. So first, I would like to invite Dr. R. Rangalakshmi ji. She is the Director of Ectonology at the MS Swaminathan Research Foundation in Chennai. Dr. Rangalakshmi ji, please share your views.
Thank you, Ria, and thank you, Access Agriculture. This has been a kind of a great partnership with Access Agriculture. And since 2016, we have been working with them, and they trained our field staff first. Then, in turn, we train farmers in producing the videos. But the journey during the last 6 to 7 years, that's been a kind of an enriching experience for us. How these videos are making a kind of an impact at the farmer's level in facilitating a kind of a farmer-to-farmer learning process. So in this presentation, I'll just share our experience and how we went about it. Is my screen moving?
Yes.
Yeah. Before getting into this formal presentation, MS Swaminathan Research Foundation is a kind of developmental research institution started in 1989. The vision is to link science and society for equitable and sustainable development. So in that context, it plays a major role in facilitating the farmer learning. The mission is to develop, demonstrate pilot models on sustainable agriculture with the mandate of pro-work, pro-give, and pro-nature. These three things are kind of an in all our interventions, and our primary stakeholders are small farmers, fishers, tribal communities, and landless agriculture laborers. So when we get into the main activities associated with access agriculture, so with 3 workshops, access agriculture team trained MSSRF team in producing videos, translating videos, writing scripts, and fact sheets. So these initial capacity building helped us to take a kind of a lead in producing farmer-friendly learning materials through videos in the field situation. So far, we have completed 9 videos, both English and Tamil, and 12 videos got translated to local language that is Tamil. And the third aspect is promote video-based learning. That is the main core activity, and this we are doing through village knowledge centers. Village knowledge centers are a kind of centers working at the village level, helping people to get locale-specific information using different ICT tools, in which video-based learning is a kind of one of the tools to facilitate the learning, especially to introduce the technology, make their knowledge and skills improved. Then through our village knowledge centers, we create a kind of an enabling environment. Enabling environment here I mean the backward and forward linkages to adopt the technology. So in that way, we connect this video-based learning from the knowledge building part to practice part. With that facility of village knowledge center platform, we could be able to facilitate the whole process. So these are in the field. Then this is the script writing workshop. So these two, script writing as well as the production part helped our team to gain the professional skills in producing the videos. And these are all the videos produced in both the languages. And while identifying the theme, we follow a process that we sit with the communities, identify the themes which are very relevant or which are in demand for them to immediately see and get some more insights on it. So such a process has been adopted in identifying the theme, and each year we chose 2 themes and produced the videos with the consultation of the local community. These are all the videos, 12 videos translated in local language. Based on, again, the themes which are available, the videos which are available in Access Agriculture website, that we downloaded it and shared with the communities through village knowledge centers. And they have prioritized, these are all the videos which we did in the local language. After that, the translation process got facilitated. And while promoting the video-based learning, we adopt a kind of a process again here. One is the selection of location where we are going to facilitate this process. Then information to the participants at least 5 days in advance prior to the meeting, so that the mobilization process completed. And wherever we initiate such kind of learning process, our knowledge center animators play a major role in mobilizing the farmers. Then selection of the videos to be screened and screening of the video. At this period of time, we ensure that facilitators are available from our end to, after the video screening, to facilitate the discussion around the video, so that whatever the technology we have been screening, that can be practiced at the local level. While during the discussion, many doubts will come how to refine the technology to their context. Where do they get some kind of inputs related? Those things are addressed at the facilitation process. Then after completing the screening, the evaluation part prior to the video screening itself, we have a kind of a very short pre-evaluation questions, and at the post also we administered the evaluation questions, and with that we compare what is the difference in the kind of learning we are facilitating. But when we come to the practice level, it takes more time. So we observe those things in the field. And
I'm sorry, Doctor, we're losing the sound. I think that, thank you very, very much. I think back to Ria, yeah.
Thank you, Lakshmi ji. Thank you so much for sharing that. I would like to move on.
Just one slide. This is the kind of an impact we are seeing at the field level in enhancing the knowledge as well as translating the learning into practice. So with that, I conclude. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rangalakshmi ji. You're also showing us that impact, the final slide of it. Yes. Now, I would like to invite Dr. T.M. Radha. She is the Executive Director of AME Foundation and also the editor of LISA India. And for AME Foundation, it is necessary that farmers are at the center of learning. So I would invite Dr. T.M. Radha ji to share her views. Dr. Radha, we invite you to share your experience of using the Access Agriculture videos.
Sorry, I think it was muted. Yeah, yeah, thank you. Let me first thank Access Agriculture for inviting me for this event and giving me a little bit of time to share my thoughts. I represent AME Foundation, a little bit of AME Foundation. AME Foundation started off as an international course way back in 1980s when the Green Revolution was at its peak, and already there were groups of individuals who were concerned about the consequences of high input agriculture. So it started off as an international course in India, and later on it became a bilateral project with the Government of India and Government of Netherlands. And by 2002, we formed it as an Indian foundation, basically a trust. So I can say that AME has been almost a pioneer in promoting ecological agriculture right from 1980s onwards. AME's focus has always been on small and marginal farmers, and especially in the dryland areas on the Deccan Plateau. We have been promoting this low external input sustainable agriculture, which we call it as LISA. Our approach has been two-pronged. One has been on the human resource development and social capital, building social capital. When I say human resource development, it is about capacity building of farmers. And this capacity building is mostly through farmers' field schools. We have always believed that season-long training is more empowering, and farmers actually, they learn the science behind the practice. So this has been our approach, and we have always believed that this is more empowering and sustaining also. So the focus has always been on knowledge empowerment. On the other hand, we also have been we have been doing this knowledge dissemination through our LISA India magazine. Almost it's more than 2 decades that we have started LISA India magazine. We started it off as an English edition, and in the last 10 years, we have expanded it to 7 more Indian languages. LISA India basically includes practical experiences on agroecology. Actually, we are using this word agroecology now, but we have been focusing on only agroecological practices from the last 20 years. So we have a full, I should say, a library of experiences on agroecology. And from English, as I said, we expanded to different language editions to reach the grassroots mainly. So these have been the translated editions of the English edition. And later on, we also embrace the digital revolution. Basically, we went into the digital versions, and it is gaining popularity among the educated and the people who are connected by net. The association with Access Agriculture has been very recent. I feel we are a very young partner to Access Agriculture. Probably in the last 6 months, we have been working with Access Agriculture, and we have translated some 30 videos into Telugu, and the process has been very enriching for us. We had several meetings and workshops with Access Agriculture team, and we have delivered all those videos into Telugu, and they are now on the website of Access Agriculture. And this was a very new experience for us too. We have always been in the print edition or the magazine production, where we were very focused on getting the actual real experiences from the field. This was something a little bit of something away from what we believed in, but not doing the actual videos, but only translating. Probably I see this as a first step, and we would like to have more of videos produced from the field of that particular agroecological system. So basically, because of that, actually, when we come to the dissemination also, we haven't been able to do it systematically for several reasons. One is we don't have the necessary infrastructure, as all of us were talking about this, what do I say, projector and all, smart projector and all that. And also the issues we have at the rural level, because we work in remote villages with small and marginal farmers. So there is an opportunity to do that. Actually, when we conduct farmer field schools, we can definitely do that. But probably we plan to do that in the next coming year, coming Kharif season. So that is our plan, but we haven't done it systematically to give a feedback on that. But one thing I would like to say is, as of now, it is a supply-driven videos. We would like to have more videos which the farmers would like to see or learn from. So that we can do when we produce videos ourselves. And also another thing is, probably we can build local capacities to produce, and it should become more self-sustaining, and more ownership should be there with the community. This is all I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Radha, for sharing your constructive feedback. And we hope that you get to use it more, use the different services of Access Agriculture more. With this, I invite Ms. Jyoti Avasthi. She is the co-founder and CEO of Satat Sampada, which is a private sector company dedicated to organic farming. And she too believes that empowering smallholder farmers through videos is important. I invite Jyoti ji to share her views.
Thank you, Ria, and thank you, Access Agriculture. I've been listening to the panelists before, and I really feel very elated to be a part of this gathering today. It's a good opportunity to share what we are doing in Uttar Pradesh, which is for people who are from outside India. It's the state of Indo-Gangetic Plain, which is largely agriculture dominated, but we chose to work in areas which were water starved. So we are working in Bundelkhand area, and we are working in the Chambal ravine areas of Etawah, where the land is not so fertile, and the soil texture is also not very helpful for the farmers. The whole idea of setting up this social enterprise was to see how we can contribute to sustainable agriculture domain, and see how some good practices can prevent people from leaving farming, because that was the main pain point that motivated us to set up this social enterprise that focused on agriculture. So we began in 2016, and the whole mood in the villages was such that nothing can happen, and you will fail. After a year or so, you will fail because we have not been able to crack the model, and so you will also go backpacking. But then we said, okay, let us set up models of diverse agriculture, maybe mixing some with horticulture practices, and put up something that really shows to the villagers that organic farming or natural farming does work, and there is a market for that. So after 1 year of intensive agriculture model setting up and other things, we went on to create a market in Delhi NCR, because we gradually realized that there has to be exclusive buyers for this, because the kind of hard work that goes into natural farming, and in the initial years, the low production and all that really demotivates farmers. So they must see that there are people who are ready to buy this very exclusively grown pure product. They do not want to sell it to the normal mandi market, which doesn't care how you are growing your crop. So we set up this exclusive market in Delhi NCR. And so we are working on two fronts. One is, training farmer groups, connecting them with the Government of India certification program, that is Participatory Guarantee System, PGS, so that they get the certificates in their hands, and also developing models of hand processing or low energy processing in the villages. So we are promoting hand pounding of dal, stone grinding of various pulses, atta, and going back to our roots and trying to revive the traditional ways of food processing. So that is also another part that we added, so that we could have more women working with us, and SHGs also working with us. And simultaneously here in Delhi, we are doing a lot of sensitization programs for urban consumers, and educating them to eat fresh, eat local, motivate, be a part of this food chain, wherein some farmers are growing with a lot of responsibility, and some consumers are buying with a lot of respect and responsibility towards farmers. So this is largely the model of Satat Sampada. And besides Etawah, so Etawah is one place where we are working. We are also focusing in Lalitpur, where we are largely working with vegetable growers. And all these years, we have introduced several crops to their list, and so try to diversify, their practices, their cropping patterns, and gradually also picking up the learning from this whole experience of ours. What are the positive impacts of natural farming or organic farming in the field, on the crops, in farmers' economic prosperity? So all that is also being gradually taken up. Yes, Access Agriculture's videos are very helpful, because that is one huge gap that we found in the agriculture scenario. As the initial earlier panelist also said, that extension services are extremely poor, and there is a lot of scope of organizations like Access Agriculture, who are trying to converge all sorts of learning from various parts of the world, not only India, and show to the farmers, that this can happen. And as in the previous video, that person was saying that farmers listen to only farmers and practitioners. So no textbook talks. So I think this is the best medium to educate farmers, motivate them, because there is a lot of despair among farming communities. Look at how climate is changing. Past month has shown us that the temperatures have shot up beyond 5 to 6 degrees above normal, and crops have really had a very bad experience. So we need such kinds of things. And I would also say that besides the videos that you prepare, if people like us or organizations like us can also suggest you issues on which you should make such videos, and maybe we can be helpful for you in our field, because there are a lot of local problems that happen, and India being such a diverse country with such a diverse climate and soil conditions, etc., we would be able to add some more relevant topics to you, so that farmers in our respective areas can feel, that their problems are also getting solved. So this is what I would like to add to the Access Agriculture's portfolio, and see how we can be useful in that. So thank you so much. And we would like to be connected more in quick action with the Access Agriculture. Thank you.
KPG, thank you so much for sharing that. I would now invite Mr. Hanuma. Yes, I invite Mr. Hanuma Prasad ji. He is from the Andhra Pradesh's one of the leading community radio stations called Radio Vishnu, where they share videos in Telugu language. So I want to know from Mr. Hanuma Prasad ji, how are these videos helping the Radio Vishnu and the audience? Yes, Hanuma Prasad.
Can you hear my voice?
Yes, I can. It would be good if you can switch on your video as well.
Yeah, actually, I'm traveling. That's the reason I couldn't able to. That's the reason. Yeah. Thank you so much for inviting me for this event, and I'm very much excited. And actually, just I wanted to share my experience about this Access Agricultural videos and audios as well. And ours is a very oldest community radio. Actually, we established in 2007, and we are at present we are reaching close to 2 lakh people, and through our community radio. And basically, this community radio, we are inviting all the farmers and self-help groups and how they are growing and what they are doing. So those kind of stuff we are doing, and we wanted to do such kind of things in future as well. And coming to Access Agricultural videos and all, and one fine morning I received an email from Access Agricultural, and there was a link. Okay, then I said that since I'm a program head as well as I'm a station in charge for Radio Vishnu, and I look after all these matters. So then what I thought was, okay, let's see that videos, how it works, and is it useful for the community or not. So because we are closely working with Krishi Vijnana Kendram and paddy research institutes, and we have another horticulture university, YSR Horticulture University, just nearby us. So we are the close associates with them. And if there is anything, if there is any requirement for the farmers, definitely we'll go there. We'll go to the KVKs, and also we'll ask the questions and how it works and all. So after that, once I see all those videos, and we wanted to recheck. For example, if something a link comes and all, we have seen the videos or audios, and we will double check with the KVK people. And I downloaded all the videos and audios as well. I have sent to KVK. And can you have a look about this? Videos and audio, so can we broadcast or not? So like that, because just for this opinion's sake I have sent, and they were amazed, and they said that, oh my god, it's really helpful for the farmers. And they said that, okay, whenever they are the farmers meet and all, so we are going to play all those videos. Is there any problem, or is there any copyright act or something like that? Then I said that no problem, you can use all those videos and audios as well. So like that, what we are doing, and we segregated, I think close to 90 audios are there, 90 videos are there, close to, and we download all those things, and I segregated those audios into different like seasonal wise. For example, the rainy season is coming, and there is a diarrhea for the animals, and there is a for the this season is for cashew and all those things. So we segregated in a seasonal wise, and we are broadcasting according to that, and we are getting very good response from the farmers. And actually, even when I talked to Mr. Avinash ji, and even I told him, if you have any representative of your Access Agriculture, why don't you send us? So since we have very good contacts with all those people, they can directly come and explain all those things to the farmers, and they'll be benefited, because nowadays everyone is following this organic farming. So a lot of people are interested, and they're buying outside the products and all. But the thing is, like, whether it's a real organic or not, no one can identify. So only if it goes to the testing, then only they can find out if this is organic. So now so many labels are coming, so many products are coming, they're saying organic. So that's why I requested Mr. Avinash ji, and so can you send someone from your Access Agriculture to this area, because ours is like 80% of people are depending upon this farming. So if you guys can do that, really it's helpful for the farmers. And as far as this videos and audio is concerned, it's really amazing. And one more thing is the dialects you use, and the voice and everything is very audible, and people receiving a lot. And we are getting very good compliments from the listeners as well. Yeah. And once again, thank you so much for this opportunity. And I look forward more and more from you guys.
Thank you so much, Hanumanji, because you have also showed us that it's not just the video, but also the audio can be used up. Thank you so much for sharing that perspective. I would now like to invite Mr. Zunaid Mehmonji from Green TV, who has been one of the key people who has tried to make sure people take farmers seriously and protect the environment. So I would like to invite Zunaid Mehmonji to share his experience of using Access Agriculture videos through Green TV. Zunaid Mehmonji.
Hello, everybody. I'm here. I'm driving and talking to you, so I'm
sorry, you might see some disturbance while listening to me. First of the most, thank you so very much for inviting me here. And I've been partner with Access Agriculture, I think more than 3 years now. And we've done a lot of videos for translation work for them. And the amazing thing is the way the video has been shot, that it can go anywhere. Like I can show an African video in India without even reshooting or without adding any shot, because the way the whole thing is explained in it, it's amazing. And that was eye-opener for me, because we also make hundreds and thousands of video every year with the Green TV. But Access Agriculture gave us a lot of new learning, new way of doing things. So I would like to thank all of them who gave us the new exposure to that. Now my basic point is, because see, we are not I'm not a academician. I'm basically a communication person. So my basic challenge was always how to reach out to people, how to make impactful videos and engage with them. And then we came up with a lot of mechanism, and we realized it's about seeing and believing. So the moment the farmer sees, they believe this is possible. And our basic idea was to create more aspirational videos, so which gives a little bit of a hope for the farmers that they can do. If one can do, then I also can do. So those constant push, it was not that, okay, I'll make one video and leave it, they might forget. Our idea was to keep producing, keep pushing them. So this is called nudging theory. In my opinion, I said it's a nudging theory. You keep nudge people that this is the great way to do it. You all can make money. Farming is also equally profitable if you see it as a business. Don't just look at it, oh, it is there and I don't know any other job. Unfortunately, India, usually it has been like that. Agriculture is always considered, oh, because I don't know anything, or maybe this is the only job I have an option. Rather, you create that as a main option, your main career. And I would say, good or bad, both during pandemic, we did extensive work with the ground people, and we pushed them to go back home. The people who were working in cities, they left their lands. They were not doing farming because they thought farming is not profitable. That became an opportunity for them when we started working them hands in hand. And they realized the potential of farming during that point of a time, that without food, we could not do anything. We had all the money, we had all the shelters, everything, but without food, the people could not survive. And they realized that what they were missing out. So I will say bad what happened, but good that our farmers learned a lot during that point of time and became more stronger and powerful. See, because I'm driving middle of the traffic, so I wouldn't take too much on this. But I would say the communication and video plays a very, very vital role. It's been almost 11 years we're working on it. We started in 2012 and it's 2020. We are doing really well. We are very happy with our responses with our farmers. We have created millions of farmers, the network around us. And we would be continue to work with Access Agriculture. And Paul and Phil both must be here. Thank you so very much, man, to be inviting me as your partner and your communication friend. And we'll work together again and do a lot of good work. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Zunaid ji, for sharing such excitement along with your.
I'm so excited because this is our baby, and I'm very happy that they are starting in India. I welcome Access Agriculture to in India, that you guys are going to change the market. Please welcome to India.
Thank you so much. Yes, so I think I thank all the partners for having shared their views and their feedback. And they're extremely, I apologize, but I'm glad also, positive, negative both. We're slightly delayed. We'll take another 10-15 minutes more. We would like to open the forum to everyone to ask their questions in case there is. And also, I would like to invite Paul, Salahuddin ji, Savitri, and also Phil to answer the questions, some of the questions that were asked. And Phil has been curating the questions together. So I'm handing it over to Phil to take it forward.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Ria, and thank you so much for your hosting. I hope that everybody has really learned from this. And I loved what Zunaid said, even though I didn't appreciate the fact he was breaking the law. Then he was driving and talking on the phone, but seeing is believing. That's what it's all about. Some brilliant questions have been coming in. Thank you for the panelists for answering them as we have been going. And so it's something which has really helped and is really working. I think one of the first ones to start is with somebody called Herman Rupp. Is Access Agriculture aiming for farmer-to-farmer extension? Someone might be needed to ensure that the videos is really proved with regard to correctness, effectiveness, etc. Who is the person doing this for all of the videos? I don't know, does Paul want to start on that, or Saladin or Savitri? Who wants to say, who checks the videos to make sure it's not just a bit of gossip?
Okay, thanks, Phil, and thanks a lot for the question, Herman. There is indeed, as if we talk about quality, it's not just about nice footage and good quality sound. It's definitely about the content and whether the content has been validated. And as you can imagine, we've been working for 10 years now. The method that we developed to ensure the quality of the content is really a rigorous one. Without going into details, the entire process, I mean, there's a validation component with the local communities. There is a network of international experts. We have our in-house mechanism, but also every single one of our video partners, when they propose a topic, they also at the same time need to propose who will be their local subject matter specialist. And as Dr. Nitya, for instance, was explaining, anything that has been related to ethno-veterinary medicine, she has played a role in script and content development, also in checking the images afterwards. The Natural Livestock Foundation is a big network of veterinary doctors. And like this, we have built up a network of experts who make sure that the content is checked and accurate. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Paul. I think if we go to Satya Priya from FAO, how exactly do you assess the impact of your videos on the community practices? It goes on a little bit from what you were talking. Maybe Saladin, do you want to talk on that one?
Thanks, Phil. I think we have already heard a great detail from Dr. Chander already that periodically Access Agriculture conducts impact studies. And we also have engagement with the universities where a good number of students as part of their graduate programs, PhD program and master's program, they also conduct impact studies based on some experiment done on villages with the farmers. So in different ways, we conduct impact studies and we get information.
So the next question, I think, comes also from Satya. We know that people are watching the videos, but how do we know that they are changing what they do? Maybe Savitri, do you want to talk about that? You've experienced agriculture in Africa and across South Asia. How does that help?
Yeah, thanks, Sid. Yeah, so partly it has been explained by Dr. Salahuddin that we do conduct and commission a lot of impact studies to find out behavioral changes. So those have been also published. So these publications are there on our website and the publications. These are scholarly publications. Plus also when we do our last mile delivery activities to the entrepreneurs, so we are also gathering data from them. So when they show the videos, what happens, and then they get back to us. So those are more or less qualitative and anecdotal. But then there is also evidence after that being built on to support those anecdotes. Yeah, thank you.
I think one of the things that people say is, how do farmers normally learn? Normally they look over the fence and see what the other person is doing. If they're involved with animals, they have a cup of tea in the market and they discuss about the animals. All these videos do is speed up the process. But one of the things that was important that was mentioned, and Dr. Shantaram Gaikwad says this, the videos are in local languages, so farmers like them. Who wants to tell me why the local languages are important?
Yeah, I can answer.
Yes, please, Siviji.
Yeah, sure. Because if you go to remote areas where English and French or the international languages are not spoken, so naturally they would like to, even if they see something interesting, if it's not in their own language, it's very difficult to understand. So it's really important. Our videos cater to the audience who are in the remote areas, farmers. So we would like them to understand our videos. So that's why this is the main heart of Access Agriculture, that we should showcase all the technologies or the practices in the local languages. So we do our best to do this.
So the website is in Hindi, it's in the Bengali language, it's in English. There are lots of videos in Indian languages, but India is huge. We know how there is leadership about natural farming at the government level, but the main thing that matters is, what are the farmers doing on the ground? How can farmers learn from other farmers? How can we build up? I think one thing that Jagadish KN was saying, let's explore through Manage in Hyderabad, how they provide the videos on an SD card, for example, but on a payment basis. Freebies will not work. What's your experience as Access Agriculture? Are people prepared to pay to watch the videos? Paul Saladin, maybe?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. And I can say that we do have experiences, Jagadish, in different countries in Africa where social enterprises are selling actually SD cards through different mechanisms, through different channels that farmers are willing to pay. In the past, also community radio stations have been selling DVDs and farmers pay $1, $2. So definitely, I fully agree. There has also been a PhD study done in Africa that showed that when farmers pay for the content, they valorize it much more and they make more use of it. So I'm also very keen to explore this in India, and I think your suggestion is definitely something that we should follow up on. Thank you.
And I think the whole idea of doing farmer-to-farmer videos first started in Bangladesh, which is where Saladin is based. And there is use of African videos, there's use of Latin American videos in an Indian context, in Indian languages. Saladin, how can that work? Surely people just want something from their local environment and to see a farmer that they recognize, perhaps.
It's true that people want to see their own farmers, but at the same time, when Paul can tell you that when he took all the Bangladeshi videos to Africa and was playing in Bangla or English, which is not their own language, they were very excited to see all those videos. From where we actually got that in the first round of feedback in terms of how farmer actually prefers to see farmers from other part of the world, and they are equally excited to see them. So sometimes it's not all the time that true that they would like to see their own technology, but they are also excited to see that the technology of different countries, different continents are equally adaptable, equally impactful in their lives. sometimes those also work like an exotic thing that they want to learn from and get a lot of information that are not usually available in their localities. So it's always interesting for farmers to know something totally new, which is they can only they can try and they can see the impact in their own eyes by listening to all those farmers from different parts of the world.
Can I just ask Jyoti from Satat Sampada to join us with her thoughts on this?
Yeah. So having worked with farmers for all these years, videos from other parts of the world or even from other parts of India in other languages or maybe translated could be a good start point, or something that could trigger interest of farmers. Okay, so this novel thing is happening among the farming community somewhere else. But then to sustain that interest, everybody is interested to know whether farmers in this locality are doing something of this sort or not, because they always have this view that, okay, there would be different set of conditions in that part of the world, or in but here, this is not possible. See, I'm coming from Uttar Pradesh, a state which is losing interest in agriculture, unlike Andhra Pradesh, unlike Kerala, Tamil Nadu, where people are exploring more and more. Youth from middle class is going back to their roots and exploring new ways of agriculture. This part is yet to see the progress. So I would say from my experience that no matter what you say, you have to show them that this works here. So that is why I insist that, you need to have in India, understanding the culture, you need to have more local language videos to impress upon farmers that, progressive farming can be done. Otherwise, they would definitely appreciate efforts of other farmers, but the story might end there itself.
And I guess there's also using the knowledge of the farmers who will see something and they will decide, do I copy 20%, 30%, or 50% of what I've just seen? I think there were many things that were being brought up by Dr. Chandra from Manage about all the different players who are interested, whether it be civil servants, the media. With the media houses, we do have contracts for the radio stations and for the television stations so that they can share the information about which videos are useful, and we can try and build up based upon that demand. I don't know if some of the other speakers who spoke earlier would like to join. Dr. Ranglakshmi, we had a problem with your sound earlier, but MSRF has been doing an awful lot with women groups, with the village knowledge centers using the videos. Can you see this increasing over the forthcoming months together? Dr. Ranglakshmi? Okay, maybe the sound isn't there. Sorry, yes, please. Yes.
Yes, yeah, it is increasing. I mean, the virtual knowledge center concept is also coming up now. So as part of it, more number of farmers are joining the learning process. Right now, we are expanding our programs in Assam and Orissa also, where we introduced this video-based learning as a kind of an important learning tool among the communities, where the opportunities to use other digital tools are very limited. So in that context, this video-based learning is a kind of a good opportunity to reach more number of marginalized farmers, especially women in the villages. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Paul, just one final question for you before we wrap up and give our thanks to everybody. How does this model work? Because these videos are being made, people are being trained, people are doing the translations, and sometimes people watch for free, sometimes people will pay. How can we make sure that this continues so that India is proud to share knowledge on a farmer-to-farmer basis?
Okay, thank you, Phil. Well, I think it's important that we jointly also explore ways and funding opportunities for long-term engagement with India, with the government, and with grassroots organizations. Because, well, the experiences, as we have heard the experiences on traditional knowledge, but also natural farming, which is not, it's not the same as traditional knowledge. It's really modern science that comes into the play. It's really important that we try to capture as many of those experiences as possible, because while I'm also pleased to see that organizations across Africa, like the Alliance of Food Security in Africa, or AFSA, they're also very keen to learn from experiences from India. I think India is a leading example in the world on organic and natural farming. And if we can work with more organizations in more different states to translate videos, to produce new content, I think that would be really magnificent.
Great, thank you to everybody, and most importantly, a very, very big thank you for Ria for keeping everything moving. And I'll hand back to you now.
Thank you so much, Phil, and everybody else for sharing that quick, brief Q&A and answering all the questions. I think with this, I would like to thank everyone for joining us today. Thank you all for coming in, spending your time and giving us extra 20 minutes. Thank you so much. Please remember that you can get all the Access Agriculture videos in accessagriculture.org. It is, we'll be putting it in the chat box as well, or you can do a simple Google search as well. That also works. Also for EcoAgTube, please check out ecoagtube.org. We will share all the presentations, recording of this workshop, and a note subsequently in the next few days for all of your reference. And I would now like to invite the Executive Director of Access Agriculture, Josephine Rogers, to share a vote of thanks.
Thank you very much, Ria. Wow, what an amazing variety of ways people have been using Access Agriculture videos in India. And a very big thank you to all of you who've taken part today. As the inspirational speakers, all the government officials, NGOs, knowledge partners, donor agencies, and media representatives who followed this workshop with keen interest. Thank you so much for sparing your precious time, and we will continue to count on your support. Thank you also to those of you who've asked questions or joined in on the chat in Zoom, on YouTube, and on Facebook Live from around the world. It really is lovely to have you here. Many thanks also to the team who've helped prepare for this webinar, from the National Coalition for Natural Farming, from Manage and Access Agriculture, and Ria also for guiding us all through it. And of course to all of you who have shared your experiences in any way. You have given us ideas and inspiration for moving forward, so it really has been important. So our task now is to build on this, to find ways of working together, as we're doing in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, amongst other states, to see how we can have more videos in relevant Indian languages and support a quality learning experience for farmers and other members of society to help them transition towards a healthy, sustainable food system. As Access Agriculture, we are committed to working with women's groups and young people so that those in rural areas can have a means of providing for their families, but by working with nature, not against it. So thank you very much. Dhanyavad, I think. And I wish you a very good rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.